man. Bless. Loans, me up. Yeah, man, I'm up, man. All right, so now I start the day like this. And then after like 1 o'clock and thing, like 1 o'clock, I talk to Liar Ganga thing. Yeah. Because I talk about the economy, you know. I'm going to talk about the Prime Minister because, you know, a person called me from in Europe the other day and tell me saying he's a jail activist and, you know, he's a blogger. And, you know, they want to talk about some issues and things, and they want to rebut some of these issues when we talk about, you know. But me I try to show them, say, when me talk, and I like, me I talk about issues, you know. Me not talk about issues that just come off of my head like that. Don't some not do that. See, me hold people accountable. Me hold them by them words. So like Andrew Holness now, what people understand. When Andrew were in opposition, him come and say a lot of things. Him say a lot of things that him tell about poor. He make two mistakes too because him say him say born in a 2-bedroom board house and then him say 1 room board house. 2 times, 2 different speeches of people not hear it. You understand? And then him say a lot of things. So what me do now, me compile my video that because we not point out and add on things. Me dissect things that we ask a question and ask if every time somebody come and just give the people them something for all. And when them go bad, you still have people that think about party. I want to put them first and say yes, them right. No, me not work with that. If you come and say you do something better. But when you look everything gone through the gate, even the dollar, by the value. Him tell you say it's not right when it's the value. Him tell about the poor, him tell about everything we want to hear. So I'm going to start from 2015 before the election. I'm going to play this. I'm going to play this. This is the first thing I'm going to play. Because I'm going to dissect my thing them, you know. And then I'm going to talk to the liar around 1 o'clock. So I'm going to dissect my thing them. I'm going to show now why you see me come and talk. And why? Because him tell you the problem for crime, violence. Him tell about the housing trust, what them should not do and everything what the Prime Minister say, it him end up good to and not do to poor people. It's bad. You understand? Let me start from this. Going so.
Areas of national development. This year,
all right, so I could start from
as
this.
We the people of Jamaica make our personal resolutions to live healthier lifestyles, to be more prudent with our resources, and to improve ourselves and grow our businesses, so too must the government of the country make resolutions and decisive actions on critical areas of national development. This year, the government must focus on better management of our public health system. We cannot allow the mismanagement of the chikungunya epidemic to characterize the standard of our public health response to future epidemic threats. Ebola is still a global concern, and we must continue to be vigilant and prepared. The state of health service delivery in our hospitals and clinics is a grave cause for concern. Long waiting times and incidents of patients dying, lack of medicines, and stressed out staff are now common features of the general condition of public health care in Jamaica.
So no here, long wait out time, stretch out, and everything was bad. Tell me now if the hospital, I want to ask you know, anything corrected from Prime Minister coming up. Because I remember when I'm in opposition, I know all these things, you know. So I'm point out everything was critical to the people in Jamaica. Right? So we want to see if he match up to where he match up. Because now, you know, the driver seat, he can do a lot of things. A lot of things. See? Same like somebody that take over, you know, a business that go under and you take it over and say, okay, and then turn it around. So make me ask if the hospital better. It better phone a parlor. It better already. You know, the long waiting time cut off and the hospital now have medication and have everything. Me want to know, right? So I play this before me go talk to a liar. Me just play something by the Prime Minister one word and wait and see. Okay? All right. Let's go and listen.
Regardless of our economic challenges, the health of Jamaicans must be a priority. The government must place resources in the health sector to support necessary services. A progressive society cannot hold the view that persons who are unable to pay for health care at the time they need it should be denied access.
So right now you have people when them sick, when them do them turn to GoFundMe or FriendFundMe for any little thing. No care what happened. Them have to turn to these things. How much money the government are pumping in the health system right now? It's supposed to get better by this. Okay? You see me I say? Supposed to get better by this, right? Not your Empress. All right. Just go and listen the Prime Minister by word. That's why when me come talk, me deal with factual thing. Hold by every single word where I say. If you mention health, education, anything, just hold him by word and just look go on. No. Okay? All right. Listen.
This crisis in our public health sector now requires national attention and creative solutions. We believe it is now time to establish a national health insurance scheme where all Jamaicans can make an affordable contribution to a pool of funds dedicated to the health services.
All right. This is 2015. Prime Minister, you win from 2016, not 2022. We put that together yet? Or we're more run down needs and more run down bills and system that time and thing. Because we want a healthy nation, a wealthy nation. Anything like this too? Nope. People can't pay them bill, them at turn out the hospital same day. But you see them have solution, but you sit down in the place and you don't solution. I just pay corruptedness. I go on. I'm going to listen.
Happy to see the continued improvements in examination results. This is no doubt the result of significant policy work done several years ago to transform the education system. Our focus on literacy and the implementation of the competence-based transition policy, along with several other significant initiatives, have brought meaningful change to the sector. However, there are areas of concerns that must be addressed. One of the most important policies that enhanced universal access to education was the free tuition policy. This ensured that children from poor households could attend school without worry or fear of discrimination, of being denied access or services within the school because of their economic situation. Many parents are now being confronted with tough decisions about school fees or auxiliary fees and whether or not to send their children to school. While results are improving because of the work done during my administration, we fear that attendance at school will be affected by the enforcement of fees during increasingly difficult economic times. This ultimately will have a negative effect on our children's performance despite their boundless potential. We therefore strongly encourage the government to reinstate the tuition-free policy and to increase the allocation per student to schools in the 2015-2016 budget. I'm sure that we are all happy to see the price of oil fall. However, we must always bear in mind that the fall in oil prices are temporary and not necessarily driven by pure market forces. The government, therefore, must not let this temporary reprieve dull the urgency of the need for real energy.
People, you see this what I'm talking about? This is from 2015. So we're holding by this, by the opposition. So we're hold the Prime Minister by word. You understand? Because if you come and you know all these things, but it gets like 100 times worse, what you gonna tell me say, and then be a corruption and be a thing. So we just have holding by word, you know. So when me talk, me know what me talk say. Me know nobody now have to come with buff. Come here play with the Prime Minister say. This is about them in opposition, 2015. This is before 2016 election. See? Just listing words.
Reform in Jamaica. A significant number of our electricity generating plants are old and inefficient. These plants must be taken out of service and replaced with more modern, efficient generating capacity. This year, the government must take serious action towards attracting serious investments in the electricity generation sector. In the interim, Jamaican consumers must benefit from the significant drop in oil prices. It is disingenuous for the government to call on the retailers of oil products to offer lower prices to the public when the government itself ultimately controls the price at which the market is supplied.
We don't hear that. The government themselves. So when them are the opposition, you know, that means we should have, but look on where the things stay now. Make go and hear him. Okay, hear him.
This year, the government must review the pricing mechanism of Petrojam. The Jamaican people have kept faith and borne.
So the pricing mechanism of Petrojam, them review it all now. All right.
The heavy burden of the government's austerity measures. Since this administration has taken office, fees and taxes have increased, wages have been frozen, and social services have declined. The government continues to rely on passing austerity tests as a sign of its progress. But austerity is not a long-term solution. Constantly increasing taxes, cutting consumer spending power, and cutting investment in public infrastructure will not grow the economy. The government also
What when does say when not go now grow the economy? You hear what I say? Okay? Yeah, man. So he might tell you the things them, because when him come in now, you say, okay, you're putting them thing in a place because he might tell you what the government did do at the time. Yeah? Just go and listen.
so continues to promote the idea that growth will come from large foreign investments in logistics and infrastructure. The lesson we have learned is that it is not necessarily so. While it is important to focus on macro level, growth really comes from focusing on the micro level.
People know, Andrew, you're focused on the micro level right now. I don't know, lock down the whole like poor people, them and lock down everybody, but even if them try to sell a little thing, police beat them and take with them things. So these are the things when I talk about people who not vote. You have to listen, you have to go back on the thing them when it was the opposition and where him say. You think so okay, me I put in thing. You know what, we don't want a barbaric kind of laws and you hold back people. When you did say the right things at the time, you focus from the macro level, from the very small man that's of the build the economy up. He must say the things them, but input in anything, implement anything? Nope. No, corruption. More corruption. And more things, and more squandering, and more spending, and more stealing. Go and play.
Sometimes it's not even about the financial resources to make the investment. Oftentimes it's about the government moving faster on decisions, bringing investors together with ideas, and creating the right regulatory framework in which entrepreneurs can take risks. This year, the government must focus on small businesses and local entrepreneurs and the things.
But kind of sick of people and that kind of thing. Smooth. You see, these are them things I tell you. So when me get up and me talk about Andrew, me hear what Andrew say. Me can go back and draw back the tape, but you have some people them chew them nose and they want the politician play with their brain. Not me. Me sit down, but me run my thing like anything, like TV or anything else that me have people that work with me. I have to draw back the tape them from them, you know. And hold them accountable. I could go and hear it.
They need to be able to increase production and investment. Things like keeping the incentives of the junior stock exchange, reducing transaction taxes, and improving the time it takes to get approvals.
Right now, people can't get approval. Everything what the man say. So you expect him to come in and come change up something and look out for the poor and, you know, make up drop the small business and everything. When him an opposition, him tell you everything. Put him in the driver's seat from 2016 till now. Him implement anything to make a change? No. You much millions and millions are go all about and everybody gets rich and all kind of things and people are hungry and suffer. I'm going to go on here.
While the people have been keeping faith with the government's program of belt tightening, the government has not been tightening its own belt or keeping faith with the people. Last year, we saw several instances of waste and misuse of public funds.
Wow.
From $1 million phone bills.
Wow. And yes, still, from $1 million phone bill, but yes, still at the shall come in and bill go 8 million in a 1 month. 8. That me I tell you everything what the man has said right here, so like him come and throw it back in your face 100 times, 100-fold. You understand? Yeah, man.
The inappropriate use of your NHD funds to purchase.
Whoa! At the building where me don't see them bill up. Our NHD fund at the building where me don't see them bill up for 37 million where a more stream friend them buy that. Because when you make the money, a matter of fact, you can't even get the loan. You have enough teachers, you have enough nurses can get a $8 million loan. Them have to make up with maybe them husband and things to get the loan. You see it? You just hear what the man is saying, you know? I have nothing about no rebuttal. Me just a play, just keep it real.
Failing private business.
Yeah, there.
One of the most hurtful ironies of the saga is that while it was coming to light that the NHD had bought the Outer Many tourist attraction for $180 million and was continuing to spend
180 million, you know, them buy Outer Many and a waste money. They're building the cars for like 2 billion, over $1 billion. 2 billion, around 2 billion. All right. I'm
millions
here.
of dollars on its maintenance. The
Mm-hmm.
Prime Minister was also informing the public that the NHD would be cutting assistance to low income earners by approximately $80 million.
Mm-hmm.
We as
Here.
citizens may not always connect the dots, but bad governance has real effects on our welfare.
That's why me I connect the dot for them. This is why I connect in all the dots. Because I have everything we talk about. You understand? So now I connect the dot. Why would be that tower and said it for these things to your friend them? You understand? That now help the man down there so I can get a house. And the NHT money. You see it? You see everything where I'm saying come and do like 100 times, 100 full. Tougher than that, you know, worse than that, you know, man. Go and play.
The fact is that fewer people who would normally have benefited from their NHD contributions will no longer benefit because
Wow.
the NHD board decided to spend less on what it is supposed to do, build houses, and more on what it is not supposed to do, buy tourist attractions.
And build expensive thing for your friend them. You understand? You benefit the people there. And for X amount of money. Just the land alone, you say $300 million. It out of many, you say $100 million. But this hosting, just the land alone around there, $300 million. So then spend over like maybe $2 billion for bill. I think when I bill right. Something not right. Go and play.
Each and every Jamaican has a duty to hold their government to account for the proper running of the country's affairs.
We wine, Lonesome. We wine. Listen
To
again.
hold their government to account for the proper running of the country's affairs.
Say it again. Can me why call your account? That's something. That's some run ritual. You hear what I'm just say? Each listen.
Supposed to do by tourist attractions. Each and every Jamaican has
Yes.
a duty to hold their government to account
Thank you.
for the proper running of the country's affairs. In a democracy, power flows from the people.
Thank
If the
you.
people decide not to participate, then governments can act in ways that are not in the people's interest without fear of consequence. I encourage
That's why you see me have to show you up this way. Because you tell me we for hold you accountable. No, you're not the government, you're in the driving seat. So what you want me to do? Leave you alone and not say nothing? Because you tell me to do these things. It don't come out of your mouth. No certain people. Eh? So what for hold him accountable? You see me I say? All right, I come on hear him.
all Jamaicans
All
to
Jamaican.
let your voice be heard.
Thank
Whether
you.
you are articulate or inarticulate, you
Come back again, make them hear again. He might ask every Jamaican to make one voice be heard. Hear this.
to let your voice be heard.
Come again. All Jamaican and just me alone. Come again. Play it again,
Of the
Lonesome.
country's affairs. In a democracy, power
Yes.
flows from the people. And if
Yes.
the people decide not to participate, then government can act in ways that are not in the people's interest
Yes.
without fear of consequence.
Yes.
I encourage all Jamaicans to
Mhm.
let your voice be heard. Whether you are
People, now encourage you to make one voice be heard. Not my word. The Prime Minister, when he was opposition, him tell you everything and him tell you what to do. So you have to hold him to account. All right? Yes.
articulate or inarticulate,
Yes.
you have the power.
So when the man come and say, him say whether articulate or inarticulate. Listen. So you have some people them chat in a them language, but the English, the Queen English. So him say whether articulate or articulate, right? So all them talk to him, I saw them talk. Because him say if it make your voice be heard.
All Jamaicans to let your voice be heard. Whether you are articulate or inarticulate,
Inarticulate.
you have the power
Yes.
to change how the country is run.
Thank you.
Significant changes are on the horizon for the Caribbean region. We welcome signs of the normalization of relations between the US and Cuba. As I have consistently said, Jamaica should re-examine its foreign policy with a view to focusing on the Northern Caribbean.
Yes.
Cuba, Haiti, and the Dominican Republic all have markets that are at least 3 times the size of our population. It is true that while they are geographically close to us, all the infrastructure for trade and investment may not presently exist.
Mm-hmm.
A part of our growth strategy must be how we position ourselves to participate in these markets.
Yes.
There is no reason why our locally manufactured products and our services cannot be sold in these markets.
Okay.
We must now, this year, seek to put in place arrangements to support trade and exchange, such as communications, transport, but more importantly, the bilateral negotiations to create cooperation agreements. There are many issues that require.
So for create cooperation agreements with Cuba, Haiti, and Dominican Republic, then they're close and we do this. Now, one day of them set the framework to do that. And him talk about the micro level. Him talk all these things and put them in a place now people are dead for hungry. When a cruise ship come in, Paula, people them never like get beat up and kind of thing. You can't, you know, make money. You understand them, no make money. Well, no, I make the people them hear some other one, you know. Because when you hear me come down and talk about the Prime Minister, I don't want nobody say book back. Yeah? We don't play a defense here. I wouldn't buy him word. I can talk to a liar by 1 o'clock, you know. Yeah? After this, you know. But remember, you just want to hear what I say.
Require decisions. We can make this year the year when we decide the kind of Jamaica we want. The government has brought to Parliament a bill to remove the Privy Council as our final court of appeal. We maintain the view that any such move must have the approval of the people in a referendum.
Okay.
We take note that our other partners, including Trinidad, where the Caribbean Court of Justice is presently headquartered, have seen the wisdom in having the people endorse their final court in a referendum.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, human rights issues figured significantly in the news.
This.
Too often, the context of human rights is a fight between the state and its citizens.
Okay. Well, I remember rewind that. Human rights now. Okay, good. Me hear this. Come see some police and do some people, some things are right now. It's unbelievable, you know. When they take away people rights completely, I hit, let me look at now, you know. But I'm voice of a bird. Yeah? Okay? So remember about that again. Listen again.
Too often, the context of human rights is a fight between the state and citizens.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it appears that there is a reluctance on the part of the state to secure the rights of its citizens.
Okay.
The West Kingston inquiry offers an opportunity for the state to take a proactive approach in setting the tone by which we deal with the rights of citizens, particularly how the state protects the right to life and how persons are compensated when they have been hurt by the state.
So, uno compensate Enzinga King yet? And them people, because one of the girls were crashing a day, but the police shoot up the car down in a Clarendon. That next girl that she die, you know. You notice from June, them said they might investigate, you know, nothing else. If you not talk, them not bring back nothing, you know. One of the little kid dead, and next little girl died yesterday. So you hear him word. We are holding by him words. And we are going to ask the question what them put in place. We should have sued the government and hold them. So I'm going to tell you everything, yes, sir. But look what I do to the people then. Eh? All right.
This year, let us think carefully about the type of Jamaica we want to see. I believe we can all agree that we want to see a healthy, educated, energy efficient, economically growing Jamaica, where people have a sense that they can get justice and their rights will be protected.
Whoa. So you tell me now we have a healthy, safe, educated Jamaica and people have a sense them have them right protected? None of them. Him trample upon everything when just talk about. Everything. But when you're opposition, you can talk. And people follow under the mouth of the action we deal with. Action speak, not a bag of mouth. And a man can even say himself that you value right now 100 and I remember the all supposed to value more than that. But anyway, them put out a thing saying value 192 million. If me have 192 million, me I give you back $1 million. And by the way, me I tell all my people them say yes, this year, the way we get enough here, we will not pay for that year. We just gotta serve because we have. So you rather pile up and people drop dead. Eh? Okay. That's all them to account, man.
In 2015, let us resolve to act to hold our government to account for the Jamaica we want to see.
We whine. This is look before going. Hold them to account here. All right.
In 2015, let us resolve to act to hold our government to account for the Jamaica we want to see. Let me wish for you a healthy, happy, and prosperous New Year.
All right. So, him just give me something there, so. Now I go in a couple more now, because I talk to a liar later. So, him just give something there, so. When me talk about the Prime Minister, I just get up and go talk thing. I watch back everything where him say. I watch back all these things. I'm watch what I do now. Because you talk about the health and the system breakdown and everything, and you talk about the poor. You understand? You talk about for build it from grassroots. But when the people them even now, them dip on the road and look how people are beat them. Even if you try to sell, when you give them a $10,000, when you lock off. When you give them this, when you angle the people them like not even like subhuman. Just listening. This is about 4, you know. In turn Prime Minister. Now remember now 1 year now, you know. This is 2015. So I'm gonna play something before the election. And then we'll hold them accountable and then go play with them a cry. You understand? Hear this. Hear this.
Refining and revitalizing the party's positions on many critical issues. I'm sure all of you paying attention to what is happening in the media.
Yeah.
You see all the new faces that are putting themselves forward to join up with the Jamaican Labour Party.
Yeah.
This is most unusual for a party in opposition. That people would feel the urge, the impetus, the drive to come and join the opposition party. It sends a clear signal that all is not well in the country.
Good.
And those who are in the know, those who feel the failure of the present government,
Listen.
and those who are concerned about the future of the country, who say, you know what? If I sit down in my yard and don't say nothing about what is happening, and don't say nothing about what is likely to come, then I am as guilty and complicit in the failure of this country.
That's why we not sit down and not say nothing to you and mash up a country. Because you say it, you know. I'm going to say your own words we use and hold it to account. That I mean. I mean, I play it back to the people them because I want to know it says a 9-day wonder thing can't trick me and go in my head. So, yeah, I tell you, we can't sit back and make them mash up a country. Not my word. Andrew. All right.
As the PNP war the government now are. If I sit down in my yard and join those people who practice veranda politics and criticize and don't step up to the plate and do something about it, then I would be as guilty.
That's why me I step up and do something about it. That's why you see me I talk about Paula? Because him say if you just sit down and you don't say nothing, you don't do something about it. That's why I want somebody to do something about it. You have to make sure, you know, the people them hear your back and see what you do and compare it if you do something right. You understand? Okay.
And so, no matter what you hear them talking, the Labour Party is attracting people who see in the message that I have been clearly delivered that we have to take a new path in transforming Jamaica, and that new pathway involves the Jamaica Labour Party first transforming itself, not just a party for labour rights, but a party for all Jamaica.
You're a party for the rich. And all Jamaica that. Just look where you do all Jamaica, man. Look how the rich man live nice. Can buy super yacht and do all kind of things. A party for a few. That's why the girl have to burn up picture and all kind of thing. I'm going to tell you about me give this and give that and all kind of things and hand out. Party for a few and for the rich. You say for all your accountable that way I do. That's why I'm listening. I buy him words, me I accountable.
The Jamaica and because of that, we don't look and say, well, I PMP area. I want to be Prime Minister for all Jamaica. Prime Minister Prime Minister for the people in South St. Andrew, Prime Minister for the people in Portmore, Prime Minister for the people in Westmoreland. We want
the Prime Minister for the rich, not for the poor. Don't go just talk to the poor and catch them with word. And when them live, them can't. A matter of fact, more people are sting light now than when they used to sting light in 2016. Yeah, and poverty driven gone. Hey, it's wicked, you know.
want them to know that we're not going to leave any area unrepresented by the Jamaica Labour Party. Okay. We are going to present representation in all areas of Jamaica because the message that the Jamaica Labour Party has to deliver is a message for all Jamaicans.
But you X me out. And Jamaica, you're giving how much US? 192 million. How much US, yes? Got the asset loan. See? I'm saying you not even give a back some, but we have some people don't have a dollar, them don't even have an account. Because when allow the bank shut down account, when you have less than 5,000, just dry it out and shut. That is scamming, that is thief. And them can't even open a bank account. Them, remember, me just play something and the man talk about the hospital, you know. I tell you why and oh, it's run down and nothing, and what them do? Nothing. I'm going to listen. What want them to account?
So when we gather here as an area council, it is not only labor rights we bring in here. We want to transform the area council so that anybody who wants to pay attention to what is happening in the country and hear about what the political party is doing can feel comfortable to walk through the door, sitting and hear what the Jamaica Labour Party is doing. Because the country is changing in the labor rights. By 2015, 50% of the population of Jamaica will be between 18 and 35 years old. Half of them won't know nothing about Michael Manley.
Wow. That's why I don't want to trick them. That's how you feel. Not in a computer age, okay, people study history, them and study about them country and study history. That's what you say. That is your word. But me can't tell you that's wrong. Me not even ask.
They won't know nothing about the 70s or the 80s that matter.
That make him dumb. And immediately them say no, so because that you tell we say we are jackass then because we not going to study nothing. So we are study history, but we not going to study about our country and about our politics and things. If you are going to politics, you have to study about the politics. And if you study about one set, you have to study about the other set. So we must say no, it null and void. That crappy. This is how I must take people for idiot. Yeah, man.
They don't know about hard work too. All they will know about is what is happening now. They might have a little understanding of what happened.
A little understanding of what happened now. You hear him? All right.
In the 90s.
Oh.
So we have to craft a politics that will be relevant to them.
So now I know about Michael Manley, and now I look about it, so they're going to deal with it. They're going to know about this now. So they're going to craft something relevant to them. And this is relevant to the people there. This. No, it's not 2 way, it's not 3 way bank. Let's say if you ever take away yourself, man. Go and play this.
The Labour Party must reach out to the youth of this country and create a message. And you see all Jamaica, and that new pathway involved the Labour Party has to deliver is a message for all Jamaica. So when we gather here as an area council, oh Michael Manley, they won't know nothing about the 70s or the 80s for that matter.
Them won't know nothing about the 70s and the 80s. These are stupidness. Because if you tell us that me, I tell me, say me, I don't. Me not gonna know about it. I'm not gonna listen to your talk. I don't want to know what you're all about. So me have to go sit down and study and know when you're in the computer. You tell you you're not gonna know nothing. So right away you tell the people them feed that. Eh?
All they will know about what is happening? No. They might have a little understanding of what happened in the 90s.
Yeah.
So we have to craft a politics that will be relevant to them.
Okay.
The Labour Party must reach out to the youth of this country and create a message that is relevant to them. And we have been doing that. We have been doing that. I want to say to you that the current understanding of politics and what has been preached to the mass of Jamaican people,
listen good,
is that there is one political party that will take care of the world. You know what is sad? There are people who believe that. And all that.
You said sad, but you not take care of the poor, brother. You said sad enough people believe it, and you attack. But right now you just sit down from 2016 to 2022. If people are waiting on judgment day for you, I don't know who you are. Let me tell you this. If you talk to a dumb rock, it will run your way. Maybe crush you. You understand? You say people believe that and you care for the poor. Because you just hear it. Because the man, the more him talk, he expose himself. But you know why people don't go back and listen to this? That's why I replay them. And you hear him before him going to the seat. And look what him do. Yeah? Give me a percentage of something what him do. Nothing. I'll be a nepotism, cronyism, money missing, how much barrel of oil gone, over $5 billion down a petrol jam there, so over the university up there, so the what do you call it? The one over Port Royal there, so yeah, how much money gone there, so money in the education ministry gone, one bag of thing, nothing. And nobody now get fire and go to prison and nothing. For them rich friend alone. That's why I hear him.
Political party has preached is about poor people and power.
Yeah, and poverty.
But you know what? Especially with the younger generation, they're not in this poverty business.
Okay, so what we don't know? What we don't know? You say young people know night, you know what we don't know? You know much people have a call me, you know much time I have a dip in my pocket. Let me tell you this, I have a family too, you know. And if me have a heart to give the people, then me say you just pack up with some money when I even know where that come from, but yes, you can give, but you can't say, yo, me I work and none of we don't take no pay. Make your position do the same thing. Make we use the money and give back and make we do back something and do this and raise some money and do this, put in some skill centers and fix up the infrastructure and you're not doing nothing. Make we go and listen.
Tired of poverty in a Jamaica. You come, you see your granny poor, you see your father poor, and then you are hearing from a political party that says, don't worry man, we will take care of you when you are poor. We don't want that anymore.
So you see what I'm doing, I take care of them. So I'm telling you what I'm going to do already. You know that. So poor right now, them even poor and suffer more. Because the man did not tell you and them ring the bell and them cheer, man. Listen to man good. When they come tell you, say this and that, believe what I say. You understand? Look what I'm going to do now. You're tired of poverty, but you don't do nothing to eliminate it. And yes, not even America can eliminate them poverty like that. Saying so, you can tell them, so you not have to be poor. It's just a word. But poor people is there. But if you do something for even make the people, they might want thing with America, then people can't eat food. And them have this and that, them set up a way that them can, you know, even if you live with a credit card and paycheck to paycheck and you pay your thing from your work, but you can't buy a little food and you can't do your thing. Jamaica, people have to beg. If I never feed the diaspora, I don't know what happened to them. And you're tired of poverty? And I do the people them so? How much a pound? What do I talk? How much a pound for goat meat them time there? I 1,500 now, you know. How much a pound was for chicken? And the whole of them food there. You might talk about the dollar to let me go and play it. And man, I say, man, go and play it much.
It is now time for a new philosophy, a new outlook, a new way of thinking. To enter the political arena. It must now be a doctrine of prosperity a philosophy.
So you just say prosperity, but you're still living in poverty. You hear what the man I tell you? Prosperity, a doctrine of prosperity. But look at the country state. We catch a Peter right now. Eh?
How can we make you prosperous and successful? Jamaica is too much of a blessed country to be poor.
Blessing have nothing to do with poor. Nothing at all. You talk about Jamaica so much blessed country, but you talk about blessed country. No man no can't come tell me about no blessed country. That's what they call it, bro God. A bro devil. You tell me about Jamaica blessed country to be poor. Yes, still call people are suffer now. You know, did you ever see it? Eh? But hear the words from my mouth. That's why I have to hold him accountable. I have to play about these things. Run him.
The time has come for us to reject this fool politics about poverty.
Yeah. So if you're going to say you're rich, you can't even get a work. Right now, you can't get nothing at all. You understand? You can't move. You keep up. But just because of that an election winning. Remember, I said enough youth, you know, get locked up in a state of emergency, them use, you know, when them have everything, say, boy, never plan this, never fix this, never do this, nothing to fix. And who get locked up, and more youth, they lose all them baby mother and everything, so to take them and all kind of things, the whole of duration, 2 years and had. Eh? See, when election I run again, you let go some people down, and then you go run, but you still a lock them down. From when people are locked down, you know. See? It's a sin. But you have to hold him by a word. That's why I play these things. FTBG and one of them that hold him by a word and I play back all of these things and make him hear himself. People that are more aware of what I want. We not deal with no 9 days wonder boy. Not me.
Whatever the issues were in our history that has made our circumstances such that we have a great number of persons in our society who are poor, whatever those were, whether it is slavery, lack of access to education, whether it is lack of access to housing, we cannot use those things as an excuse anymore. What the government must be saying to you, and that is what the Jamaica Labour Party has been saying. The new dispensation of development in this country means that we have to look at all the people and say to them, poverty means 4 things in this country.
Listen, so if you just look at the more if I say it to you, and then you take him word and listen what I'm going to tell you, what it mean. Make you hear what it mean. Make you hear what poverty mean.
It means that you don't have a job, so you don't have an income. And because you don't have job and you don't have income, you can't buy the things that you would want.
So if it mean that mean them in a poverty for you. So you have to say them to stop say it and you have to tell them what it mean. No. Them can't buy food, enough of them can't buy food. That's why you find some little girl that get pregnant, no one kind of little things, and some little boy wanna sodomize them. See? For just win and trick the people and then serve you and your rich friend, it hard. A big apartment and thing wanna build up, pay money. And people are hungry, wanna go to bed. That's why you can't sleep at night time. You understand? That's why you can't sleep at night time. Remember what his name?
That you don't have the best access to education. And because of that, sometimes you don't get access to job, which means you don't get access to income. That means you can't buy the things that you want.
So them can buy something. So people downtown and sell in a mob and thing. Them turn out all people are beat all them there. Even when you try to hustle. And them talk about them in a bill from the micro level. But you can't build, you can't do nothing. You can't hustle. You can't try something. If you thief, them send police for you, not thief, and you try to do something and them send police for you. But other people can have a country and have the wholesale and the supermarket of what people are want. You understand? More talk not gonna over boy, you know. But you have to hold him by words. See? So you're supposed to do better 6 years. 6 years in.
Poverty also means
Yes.
that you don't have access to things like health care.
Them not have it.
And so more time you're sick, you can't get work, you can't work long enough. But you know what else poverty also means? Poverty also means, and especially in the Jamaican context, it means inequality and alienation.
Well, maybe just rewind that again. You know what it mean that, but look how young the people that you know what I mean? Inequality and what?
And especially in the Jamaican context,
Yes.
it means inequality and alienation.
That's how I alienate the people themselves. And inequality. You see, let me tell you this. I don't want you nothing from my man. I have to play these things that remind the people them though. Even in your heart, that's why you can't sleep.
Because in the midst of poverty, you see people doing extremely well.
That's a young
Barack Obama, you know, talking about inequality in America. He said, boy, we have to worry about inequality, income inequality, because some people earning a whole heap and the mass not earning anything. And if
so people, the masses, when I earn something right now, and so now people earn the whole heap in poverty and the mass equality. When I earn something, I think you'd fix it. 6 years. Remember, I know 12 months now, you know. 6 years enough. A baby born 6 years ago. That be how much now? If a man did a beat you for 6 years, number one, you have nothing left. You understand? These are the things we are talking about. Because they know all these things and you talk. Because they make a change. But look how the people they must suffer now. You talk about the exchange. But look where the money reach now. Just want this.
it is allowed to continue, America will be like Jamaica. Now, by virtue of our history, Jamaica has, in this region, the Latin American Caribbean region, probably only Haiti could compare.
All right.
The highest
People, I know me. All right, see, I mean, if I listen to part of what I'm saying, this, you know. I know I have to do about my research. Come here, tell us I reach at 80 now. This is before the election, not 2016. And I'm telling you, 80 can compare. Can you imagine now we pass 80? Remember I mentioned 80? So when you hear me talking and a joke, you know. So no. So right now it pass 80 then. Yeah, just listen. Only 80 can compare. Listen.
has, in this region, the Latin American Caribbean region,
Yes.
probably only Haiti could compare
Yes.
the highest level of inequality of income.
You hear? You hear? So what him do now for change it in 6 years? 6 years now, you're still not see it. When the people are get more, so you value enough more there. How much some people value? When you come out, on a vote, you know. When you come out and tell me how much you value, because the Prime Minister said value 192 million. Yeah? I don't know if a Jamaican or US, 192 million. Saying me that more things a Jamaican, because Jamaica you live. So you know. So that 192 million, but what's your house? How much your house value? Because you have to put your house and car and thing and you give 192, must pass that. Anyway, that's where them declare. In the paper. Eh? How much enough people value right now where them can declare? Them bed can't declare because they're all in that. Not even the mattress can declare. A garbage that. Not even the pot where them cooking can declare. So them have no value. Zero. Nil. Okay. Go and play it. 6 years. Okay? Go and play it.
You have a few rich and a whole heap of poor. And it's not a small gap, it's a wide gap.
Okay.
So I want the poor people of the country to understand that the PNP has been tricking you for a long time talking about poverty.
So what you doing now? Because that's how I play these things. So you hear from the horse's mouth himself. So I'm supposed to see gold on the street now and everything. I was supposed to all right. So you hear? Eh? You hear this? Eh? And I been and pay thing where I see. You hear? All right.
Because they don't understand poverty and the truth is they don't want you to come out of poverty. They like the way it is because they feel they will always get poor people voting for them, so keep them poor.
Everything what the man said, he might keep them poor because them don't know what them going to talk about poverty. You just listen. Listen.
As I stand here today, I tell you that I born poor.
Listen.
I was born in Spanish Town.
What room?
Grew up at 56 Cumberland Road.
Yes.
In a board house, 1 bedroom.
People, you don't see him say 1 bedroom. I'm going to play next thing. I'm sure I'm going to say 2 bedroom. So him, I tell some lie on our platform and people not pick it up. Man, maybe just be 1 bedroom. Come here, play the one with 2 bedroom. Come here, listen you. Yeah? 1 bedroom, me just say. People just mark this, you know. Come here, play something after this, too, you know.
And as I stand here today, I tell you that I'm born poor.
Yes.
I was born in Spanish Town. Grew up at 56 Cumberland Road.
What bedroom?
In a board house, 1 bedroom.
One.
Grew up with my great-grandmother.
Grew up with him great-grandmother in a 1 bedroom. Remember the word. Remember him say 1 bed. Remember play it again. So when I'm listening it, that me I get the thing right. Yeah, Prime Minister, don't tell people lie. Because if you go up in a 1, it'll be 1, it can't be 2.
And as I stand here today, I tell you that I born poor. I was born in Spanish Town. Grew up at 56 Cumberland Road.
Yes.
In a board house, 1 bedroom. Grew up with my great-grandmother.
1 bedroom, you know.
Single parent house.
Single parent. Okay.
Use Jimmy. Go out to school. Sit out in a classroom with 60 people and listen.
Yes.
But I don't believe that I must use poverty as an excuse.
Yes.
I don't believe that I must be the politician who come and talk about poor, poor, poor.
Okay.
Because I live it. But my family and my parents were proud people.
Okay.
And they make sure driving on my head that not because you're poor, you must get a pass. It is by the sweat of your brow.
Him drop some word pan them and them never pick it up. Not because before you get a pass. I hear say him not take handout and thing. This is why him a drop pan them, you know. Remember 1 bedroom, him tell you a while, you know. I can play back something again.
So this business of the poverty politics that the PNB preach, which creates a vicious cycle that keeps you in poverty. PNB come to you and they say, don't worry man, we're going to run the thing in such a way that we will give you a little crumbs.
Little crumbs.
And you take the crumbs and you say, yes!
So who pay for the most vote from the other day and all kind of thing? I give some people some crumbs, that's why them goes, and then them keep everything for them and then rich friend. Not him. So you might tell you everything and I eat him come do, you know. It's like a man is a psychopath, right? The man sit down and I tell you and I find fault and you still sit down 6 years. 6 years. And look at the country now, look at the state. Him tell about 82. They tell us say Twitter 80, don't I play this. And you might tell us say 80. From them time, they no wait there. Eh? Eh?
Curry goat and oxtail! Curry goat and oxtail!
So them could have eat curry goat and oxtail them time. They what them can't eat now, not even chicken back. Oxtail, how much a pound for oxtail? How much a pound for goat? 1,500. Minimum wage it stands still. Yeah, let's listen what I'm about out.
And the rest of Jamaica look on at you. I said, what are you doing? But the curry goat and oxtail. And then you didn't go crumbs, Jeep. 3 weeks what I working that much. And you say, yes, and everything good.
Right now, lady just call me from down there and send me the thing where she used to get $2,000. If you carry a thing store, me have it there. And she said 1,500 she get the other day. When she get it from the card, from the bank card, them give you an envelope now 1,500 and a 3 day get not 3 week again. 3 day. That the work 1 billion gone. 3 day. Them sweep around 4 or 5 miles. See? Feel like 4,000 odd. 3 day what I work that. See? All right. So, and a 3 week again. So, now listening.
And you picnic come inherit the same situation. And then picnic after that. And then picnic after that. Thank God there is a new generation emerging. Thinking differently.
Yeah.
It has emerged because of a frustration with politics. That governments have not really tried to break the cycle of poverty, but to keep people in poverty, give them a little crumbs, and in exchange you give them food.
The man talk about himself too, in front of we, you know. He said government did not talk about himself, you know. Himself not talk about. Look on the Portland election. You have somebody where a sitting member of parliament end up die with the person who died, the member of parliament blew for him dead. And the person who them accuse come from the Vals constituency. And it's so ironic that him get a liar, one of the big liar them, to say, okay, me I represent you. Free. And look how much youth in a Kingston where me represent free. Eh? And when you look at Darrell Vaz wife run, and tell me what, the liar will represent the youth. And Darrell Vaz liar, him done the case with Fabs and them. But him do it free. And them transfer the case, you know, you're nothing else. Bloomfield led. And then him wife, I fix all road. Get money, I fix road. And, oh, a private man. Oh, he's not an MP, you get money. Oh, you fix road. Oh, you just jump on the road and fix it. These are the things that we are talking about. So when them tell about corruption and the handout and these things, that's why we can't just, Andrew, we can't just say, you know, you mash up the country, the worst prime minister ever, you know. And a joke me I make. That ain't no joke. You understand? A man is dangerous. Yeah, man, him dangerous, man. Go on, listening.
But the frustration is growing with the youth now. Who are now 50% of the population of this country. But the frustration is one where them say, you know what, I am not going to participate. I'm going to keep it vote. And the MP said, thank God for that. Because if you were to come into the electorate and vote, the MP would be trouble.
So him say if them for come out, come vote, PMP in trouble. Because low voter turnout, the PMP win half. Not no go so, Andrew. If the people them come out, you know, say you're gonna lose. If you stop, you see what I'm doing, turn it round, it's like a party, you know. But you yourself for hold you accountable, me I hold you accountable, yeah? Just go listening. Not listening. You say them in trouble. Because
them have 12 seats. When the people them in the 12 seats will always jump up and say PMP no matter what. Any election call them have 80,000 votes put down of people who no matter what. But they should make a Labour Party to win. We must create a political party that has a philosophy, a message, a vision that appeals to the young people of this country.
So that's the trick. You want us a message of vision. But you're not putting the vision. You're not a visionary. Michael Mann, they're a visionary, not you. You understand? You use some things out of the man textbook. But you're not putting nothing, you're not putting them not implicate, not them putting nothing at all for uplift the country. You know? Nothing. Them come with a message. And the message for just all you tell you where you want here and then all you and then put in them rich friend and yam down the place. All them rich friend in the cabinet by the way, you know. Who want this and turn in a senate and do all kind of things. You know, for watch the country run. When you start hold them accountable, me tell you now. Him telling you himself say when you hold the government accountable, not me alone.
That appeals to the heartstring of the people.
Heartstring.
Because in the heartstring of all Jamaicans is this one little thing called ambition.
Ambition.
Ambition. Jamaicans succeed anywhere they go. Why we can't succeed in our own Jamaica?
Why? Because you make Chinese them come over and take over everything. Whenever say Chinese come to our country, come live. When people go leave from Jamaica and go foreign go live in, them start from a 1 or a 2 job and thing and then build up. Chinese come and own the stores them. Them own the wholesale. Them own everything. Them have do the road and thing, but people them not get them work. They will come like a slave in our own country. The first member see this. Because you put your own filament first. Una do the wrong thing. Una sell place under value and go collect the money. So something, a government building or something will value 20 million US. Una sell it for 4 million and fly out, go collect or not collect. Saying, be a bandulism. Una say, oh, for and accountable, that way I do. You understand? Go and play, make we hear him.
It's not the people that is the problem. It is the politics of poverty practiced by the PNP who have run this country for more years. That is the problem.
Run the country for more years. That's the next phase again, because when you run it, must say like like now, when the term finished, when I run it like 30 and when I run it like, you know, like too much term, like them tie. See? So that again is the next foolishness.
We have to change. So I said to all the people who are looking for hope that the Jamaica Labour Party is your hope. I come from that generation of frustrated Jamaicans. Many of whom are overseas who come back to Jamaica and say, why we can't get it right? I come from that generation.
Yeah.
But I decided not to walk away from it, but to take up the challenge. And today I challenge all those Jamaicans. You see, many of them have come on board. There are more out there. Come on board with us. Join us. We know the issues. We are working on them. Join us. Help us to create a new mission. A new vision. That we can build this country together.
People might tell you nothing to. No man. No prime minister. And it's supposed to be a constitution. As long as you sit down there, so you're not supposed to have no contract with nobody. No member of parliament. Nobody. You're supposed to have no chuck, not all run. No business. Until you come out of politics. Conflict of interest, because you know, for them company are gonna get work. Them are gonna make extra money and all kind of thing. These are the things that mash up the country. And nobody not talk. And this is a vision, yeah, man, it's a corruption vision. Corrupted vision, man. Corruption vision. Saying? Corruption vision. Right now, people, man, is a disgrace. They must think more like now have no food, not at all.
We are a party that has a tradition of spreading our representation right across the cross-section of Jamaica. We represent the business class, we represent the middle class, we represent the working class.
We don't represent the working class.
Sometimes the value systems may be in conflict, but we are the party who knows best how to mobilize all of Jamaica. The PNP is only for the PNP. The Jamaica Labour Party is all of Jamaica.
It's for all of Jamaica, why you have a voter, man, a voter for burn Nesta picture. I want to try and embrace her. Why so much voters them turn against you, sir? Why so much people have your style you? I say them not vote for you, they are wickedest. Eh? You see me I talk about? It don't make no sense. This a man is a Hitler. Hitler to this.
So we are going to put in place policies that will address poverty.
Yeah.
And I said to you that my life's work in politics must be the end of poverty.
People input with deeper in a poverty to backside. Him say, I just sit in our curry gold gone to 1,500 a pound, chicken at $300 a pound. Everything, people can't even have chicken back now. Delicacy. Chicken back. I don't know what they gonna eat. I must say butter and dumpling. And this is end poverty. You soon have like how you have wait name. You here to Africa and them thing that like banded up people sing and raise money for help people. That's what happened in Jamaica. A man might as soon start your man to backside. But it's wicked, man.
The end of and there are those who say, what are you talking about? with us. Well, the poor don't have to live in a gully.
I know them live in a gully, sir. I know them live in the Gully Bank.
The poor don't have to parachute. The poor don't have to buy a squeeze of toothpaste.
I know them buy a teaspoon of sugar now. So let me just tell you. Alright, them don't have to. 6 years just sit down there, so.
We can make the standards so that even if you're poor, your children can go to school and get the best education.
You see, these are the crap, may I tell you, where a man just sit down and talk him bag of crap. And you put him in a driver's seat 6 years, not 2 months or something. And look what he do to the country. You can't even talk. Police come lock you up too. You can't even talk. You understand? Because them politicized too, you know. But for watch them, you know. Yeah, man.
Why you remove the tuition fee? So that even if you're poor, you don't have to stay in your yard with your
tuition fee not be move like that neither, you know. Because you must have no tuition fee and you still them tell you if you can't pay it and then pressure some people to pay it. A dictator, man. See? And him talk about the health system and the health scheme I'm play before. And nothing like that not put in place. It don't make any sense whatsoever. Them thing ain't no sense. You see me I say? You could go and hear him.
hernia or with your hypertension and just slowly fade away. You should be able to go to the hospital and access health care when you need it. That is what I do.
People go to hospital. People have to beg people for anything at all. So girl right now. People, look how much people are sick. I want to say with myself, you have to have fun, people. People don't know what to live. You know, say I begging to go to Jamaica. But whatever time you see so much people have to beg, whether house, whether bed, whether this sickness, whether everything have to beg. Hospital not working in there, but him know. And I say one word I use, you know. Now you may play one word, so I like me I criticize the man. And me I come say something when him not say a theme word, me I list, me could just go and dissect it. But hold him by words.
Because we are tackling the various areas of poverty. And we know that we can end poverty in a practical way.
In a practical, you might end poverty. If you tell me that, that's what, let me tell you this. If me was to vote, and then me come at your meeting, and you say you're going to end poverty in a Wamba, you can't get my vote. And walk with me, I tell you, you know, say that I get my vote. Because you have to talk practical. You can't end poverty in a practical way. Not like that. Saying? You can't do things and then want to smooth it out, but you are going to end poverty in a practical way. Saying? So these are the things where I'm go around and do, you know. You understand? And talk some crap and people just listen and just say, yes! And then show people in Clarks. Saying? And then play some tune and call himself name. And then mash up a country. And a dictatorship you must talk. Embark half of people.
If we get businesses to grow, if we get them to...
People, all on the market people and think they have local government election. Be careful. Now, businesses how you are going to go if matter about micro level and start from this and that and you excel. Remember in a UDC, the one of them place in them town square and them thing the way you see Chinese them are getting, you know. I don't know how them get the link, forget them, you know. But them rather give outside people them. You get things can be run wholesale, so we know. We run wholesale more than one time. So we know these things. So if you go to Grace on them, they will give you things on consignment and you pay like every 30 days or 60 days, and them can make up certain things and you pay. Or you can't pay. So you sell and pay. So now for them Chinese them just come in a luxury. But you don't get the chance to do these things. If even I sell out them, him use the same police beat you, him not talk to them. Them say zero tolerance. So you grow. You don't talk about micro level when you have fight against the people them. When tourist ship them come in, you can't even get somebody come visit a thing. And you can't step out of line because you are a tourist. You see them evil, man? Eh? You see them alone to survive. Yeah, man.
Invest. If we get them to take risks and innovate and employ, that will help. Yeah. And if we make you healthier and more educated, you will help business. You see how the two things work together?
Yeah,
So we're not only friendly to business, but we protect the interests of the development of the people of this country, because when you develop the people are our greatest resource, and they will create, when you pair that now with business, the atmosphere for growth and development. When you talk to people who born before the 60s or grew up in the 60s, they will tell you that the 60s was a boom period, a time when the country was growing. When I speak to audiences now, with young people who born in the 70s, they can say to you that they have known a period of boom in Jamaica. They have never experienced it. They don't know what it means for a country to be growing at 7% each year. All we know is a country of problems. All we know is that no matter what you do, crime is going up. No matter what you do, the dollar is sliding.
Let me play it back again. And me tell you something about the dollar too. Hold on, play it. Crime and dollar, right? Okay. So you have the problem, you know. You have the solution.
The problems. All we know is that no matter what you do, crime is going up. No matter what you do, the dollar is sliding.
Yes.
The only time that we have ever been able to make any dent in those major problems is when the Jamaican Labour Party.
So make major dent in a crime and the dollar will slide. Okay? Alright, so dollar, it slide, it just slide, it runway. And him dent it. And the crime, in a 16 days, 15 days, around 72, around 4.8 people dead per day. And he make major dent. Eh? Yeah, Mr. Crab make major dent. That's what me talk about people. Eh? Alright. And everything we must say, you know, him just come and just lay it down and just them and them in a bubble for themselves. Eh? Nothing at all the man no do. Eh?
And I don't want to get into office because I want power.
And that's it, him tell you everything in an office, you know. The man tell you what you want. You don't want to get in the office because of power. But you just flip a seat. I bet you'd make sure take the seat or something. Because you just full up the seat, you say you don't want no power. You don't want it tonight because of power. But look what you do to the people then. And look how you anger the people them. A power you did want. He's a Hitler too. You're a dictator, man.
I want to get into office because my team wants to make a difference in your life.
And the difference is what so and state of emergency and basic and then more poverty and people have buy a spoon of sugar and all kind of things. Eh? These are the difference in them life. Me people are say no, but that's thing be them did have an next party, them could have eat something and do something, but you know, you just you and your friend them. I want to be things, I be money in every one of the ministry. I be money and all kind of things I hold back. Now people want to get real. We have to play some more of them kind of things I hold them accountable. Yeah, man, I have to hold them accountable. Yeah, man.
I think that if we work together, if we even reach out to the PMB, that we can build in Jamaica a new movement that will make the gunman even have to consider twice if he should have pulled him trigger. I think that if we work together and give the people an assurance that when the country grows, we're going to take care of you, and even before the country grows, we are going to look out for the best interest that will make sure the development.
So man, I look out for the best interest. Me say people are on them cat, man, I beat them and I take it away. I know them have them kids to feed. I know me can't believe it. Buck up man and buck woman and do all kind of little things. So no care where you try them hold it down, the police them come out with that thing. No, yo, no, zero approach. You can't be a police. And I said zero approach. So everything what the man say is like he uses it against the people. He not get up to go do good. No, none at all.
Jamaican people will respond.
Well, respond now.
And I believe firmly in a positive kind of politics. A transformational kind of politics. I have paid the price for that belief. Because it's not everybody believe in responsible leadership. But it's one thing Jamaica can say.
Hear this.
Is that as the leader of the opposition, I haven't done anything that will place Jamaica at a disadvantage.
You hear that? Where you say as a leader of the opposition, no, you're leader of you're the prime minister. But we have a disadvantage gone completely. I say over 100,000 people there in our country and them are work. The 100,000 of them are work. Can you imagine we create 100,000 jobs and what people them have them wholesale and them all of them thing and no foreign investors go out for place. See? I'm on the talking and go back way, you know. You see me answer, Trish? Him evil, man. Very evil.
Has been a very responsible opposition.
Him being a very responsible.
That means, of course, that we will be a responsible government.
And as they reach in our money, as they reach in Shah, $8 million thing, as they reach in UL Reed, as they reach in much more money missing, as they reach in Petrojam, as they, yo, if you just think about the amount of thing I go on, and the man say he might be responsible, and what him do, stand up for them, you know. I remember telling you this, if you have a leader, and same like what them say, if you have gang leader and something happen, then blame the gang leader. You're going to say, oh, I'm nice, but the people around him, stop, don't trick on yourself. Don't trick on yourself. The car, I know how much 100 million no get back from the car them yet, you know. And we hear where it's going on. Two men ready for talk yet, you know. Nobody know me know it going on. The police car business there, you know. See hard rock their money in that. And see there, them job for them team and board and thing and I invest money. Where him even not against, but you have money your Jamaica Authority board or something, invest 3 million over 450 million Jamaica. For what? Eh? So them have money on these board and them do things. And them depend on the board. Are them involved in a hard work and have other people. So them tell themselves nothing and just a move of money. And people just a poor with that way. People can't even pay for dialysis. You can't pay. Remember, you know? And I like them him come up. Where I come up and I say, we have, you know, a healthcare system where you have your care, they can go, you can use it. Maybe go private doctor, they say you can go to the hospital with the same thing. Not at all. See, it's a goddamn shame. Think for themselves and look how much money him saying value now.
But there are some issues that we have been warning about, that we said to them, listen to us, them not hearing. We said to them, this policy of devaluation of the dollar,
listen,
it sounds good on paper. Those who claim to be experts in the field say it is good for Jamaica. But it can't be good for you when you go to the supermarket this week.
Let me rewind it, because not my word. Me tell you, when me talk about Andrew, you know, I the same word when put out them is not a 9-day thinker, 9-day listener. You know, it is me can draw back from my clippings them. All right. The deep value. Remember them time it no reach nowhere they say, you know. See? All right.
Not hearing.
Listen.
We said to them, this policy of devaluation of the dollar, it sounds good on paper. Those who claim to be experts in the field say it is good for Jamaica. But it can't be good for you when you go to the supermarket this week and you pay $100 for the item, and next week you go, it's $200. It can't be good for you.
So, oh, you take the dollar now, and when it's like 120 or something, and you said these things, you check this is before it reach another 100, like 80, and it's a devalue. See it? Because this is before the election in 2016. Now it reached 160, 150 yard. And I see you make people from Bank of Jamaica come out and I said, no, the devalue, that's okay, man. And it's a free system. And I say the Minister of Finance now. I come and say it's a okay system. I just dollar and thing. But you, so now watch what I want it can be good, and this is what I sell to people. This is what you really sell to people. So that's how people are believing in you, sir. Look much like me I pick out for you, man. Eh? So you make the people now run out and I tell people say it's okay now. It devalued, so it's okay, and you know, through a free market and up and thing and everything all right. Oh, people are believing in you. Eh? Now talk to the man them. If you have a man and then stay like this, and I'm telling you one thing, then when something else come on, one bag of things, then you believe in him. I mean, I talk to the woman them. I talk to the man them if them have a woman and she come with her foolishness like this. Oh, I believe in him. Oh, I believe in her. It don't make no sense. Even though the devaluation of the dollar, this is what me I talk about. It not good for the country. We now we're big like China. So we dollar, you know, deep value, so we get more people are buying, and we are manufacturing things and sell it. So that be good for the economy. No, we are more importing, so it can't good for we are service. We are do answer to phone. This is what we bring with them. Answer to phone, put in them things, and people from university, instead of you do some boom boom and them I do engineering and fix road and I do some other things, and no, them a answer phone call. Eh? And then a hotel at work and a collect gratuity. And this is foolishness. You understand? This is foolishness. You have to play about this to him because them have people run out now in finance minister. I'm making out the dollar rule. And them who the Bank of Jamaica when we say should have pull down. I tell you, say no, the dollar, the value, it's okay. Yeah, where Andrew I say him tell you. Nobody watch it pretty time. Here.
He said to them, this policy of devaluation of the dollar.
Yes.
It sounds good on paper.
Yeah.
Those who claim to be experts in the field say it is good for Jamaica. But it can't be good for you when you go to the supermarket this week and you pay $100 for the item and next week you go, it's $200. It can't be good for you. It can't be good that you come and say you pass IMF test. But every day the people are failing the survival test. It can't be good. We are warning the government. The austerity program is having a devastating effect on the people, especially the poor people of the country.
Poor people, okay.
And as my mother always said to me, if you can't hear, you will feel. God bless you.
That's why I tell you, say you can't make a man like this come going to your head and trick you, you know. None at all, you know. None at all. When we play them 4 little thing the team in the day, man, him supposed to drop down. Remember play that little one here. Because him does a 1 bedroom in the living. I don't want to hear it. Remember play that one here where I say so. Remember just play this too. Everything you can't take nothing from film out. You just cannot. You see me I say? It cannot. It don't make no sense. See? Let me hear this.
I don't have no lunch money, but my parents teach me pride. I was born in a 2-bedroom board house.
Let me rewind that again. People, if you have a prime minister, hold on there. Or if you have a prime minister, I gotta tell a blatant lie like that now. You go up on one thing and say you're born in a 1 bedroom, you write it down. 1 bedroom board house. And your granny and one parent, one single parent and all kind of things. 1 bedroom. May I play the next thing right now? When you say man in our, let me just listen again. So you say one thing there, so that not try to show you when them write them script, them I forget them thing right, when them not truthful enough. You have to hold them to it, man. So may I believe in a man like this? You're born in a 1 bedroom, it's supposed to be a 1 bedroom, it can't be a 2 bedroom bedroom now. Oh! Play it again.
I was born in a 2-bedroom house at 56 Cumberland Road, in a Spanish town.
Now for we run it again, because I'm sure me just see a 1 bedroom. Me sure me just play on a year 1 bedroom. Go on the now. 2 bedroom? Eh? Oh, me I believe no man like this. Eh? Man, you forget the thing straight, yeah? That's why me as a man, me tell you something like dissect things and me listen good enough. I mean like draw back things. I know, you know, my thing about rebuttal. Me could chat in a Jamaica, we not rebuff nothing. See? Yes. See? You're born in a 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom. So if you want to lead a country, you come with a life. Oh, where I believe in your brother? Eh? You're born in a 1 bedroom, you know. To make you look bad. Now you're born in a 2 bedroom. Board house. Eh? Listen.
In a 2 bedroom board house.
Born
in a 2 bedroom board house. At 56 Cumberland Road. In a Spanish town. Just down the road from the Grassyard Market. My father is still a farmer. And my mother is a retired civil servant who sent the two of us, me and me.
You should have who does say 2 bedroom? Yes, him does a 2 bedroom look a while. But me just play the clip look a while when does him in a 1 bedroom. He just be same man in a 1 bedroom board house. Him just attack when him attack when him thing when me just finish. Him born in a 1 bedroom board house. No, him born in a 2 bedroom board house. Same place. So me don't know if it's a 3 bedroom board house in born in a. I'm born in a 1 bedroom board house. I don't even know. See? Eh? You see, when you tell lie, that's what I tell you. When people tell lie, you know, you know. Because them can't keep them things straight, you know. 2 bedroom now. But me just play a clip in a 1 bedroom. That's why I say on the market. Look up on the thing. There's so much when born in a 1 bedroom. I hear him.
Sister to school and a civil servant salary. I never born with no gold spoon in my mouth.
Because people make trick them.
I know what it is to go school and not have no lunch money. But my parents teach me pride. My parents said don't beg and don't make nobody know when you're in need. And I never beg none of them, not yet.
Them say me now.
So when you're born in a some place and young people think your mother never tell them to beg because people are moving like family and people always a beg. Yeah, if you don't have nothing to teach, I must something like I be about my mother and father wicked things. And my mother and father now come and say don't beg and don't this and that. Because them not expect you to do certain thing, but them now just come with this. And this is the next lie again. A ghetto. You know, a ghetto people come and say, beg some salt. My mother say, and come over your yard. And my mother say, beg a liquor aisle. And I beg this. I beg some ice. You have ice. So, you know, in a ghetto, everybody beg. So, your mother in a ghetto. And say, you must beg and have to, right? In a ghetto, lie ma tell again. Me never ask. Can I get to the whole of a beg? And enough of back in the days, no care what have a shoot, buckle, return, buckle police. Kevin say a buckle, they say, they shop there, say 2 buckle, you shoot it. What you talk about, man? Take them 2 buckle, because them fling down. Buckle police. In? Yeah?
Enough say, if you stay with the crooks.
So, let me just move that, me not play a song. Let me just see.
Just I'll do the road.
You hear my second. You see, these are the things that them use.
Yes, man.
These are what them use trick people, you know?
Mother tell me, to study hard. My mother tell me to work hard. I grew up with the ethic of work and study. It is education and my hard work that has got me where I am today, along with the help.
So we're not create some employment. When we not create some, when we not set up some skill centers and things and give the youth them a chance to get up. If not make no mistake, man. And I mistake that. That's not a mistake. You understand? Me can't tell the date and time when they kill my brother and them thing that when my father crashed. Me can't remember. Me I have tuned my father. My crash in 1985, you know. 19, I mean, you know. And me can't tell you say I like took 6 and what happened 5 hours after I'm dead. And me can't tell you everything that happened. It not come out of me. See? So if that have nothing to do with no mistake. Something happen really can't talk about it. Anytime. Shut your and talk about it. You can't say about in a 1 bedroom board house and you're talking, you know, rewind and say, I'm 2. You know what you're talking, say. See? So if you're born in a 1 bedroom or 2, you know where you come grow up in. You talk about it. If you can say ghetto or where you're born and go, you can talk about it. See? And a mistake you make. Just lie. Lie and a mistake.
Caring parents, caring family, and good friends.
And thief.
So you will never hear me bad mind nobody them in sack house. You will never hear me
bad mind nobody for them squatter land where them a live pan. You
squatter land. No, that's looking at the eye to people who live pan land. Cause you born now going to a place you can't be no squatter nothing. You see me I say? Digital currency are foolishness to man. The country want fix man. So when I not follow them about digital currency. See? Foolishness. Yeah man.
will never hear me bad mind nobody for what them have.
Bad
You
mind.
will never hear that out of the Labour Party that I lead. Because the Labour Party believe that every poor man must build his castle. Every poor man.
This is what I want to take and run with. You must say every poor man for build a castle. Or you build a castle and you're poor. You believe now every poor man for build a castle. You understand? So you believe in every poor man for build a castle now we're going to poverty. You're poor boy you for build a castle. Either you go do some wrong thing I think because it take you long. No much people are work, civil servant worker, I work for 40 years and can't even build a nice house much as a castle. It's a castle big. That big like females are bigger. You understand? He never say a mother's house. He say a castle. We know a castle stay. Castle, you know. So now it's a one room attack, so it's called castle. No, that's not a castle. Okay? See? So every poor man, but look on the sufferation when they go through now. Hold him by a
Man must build him big house, and we not grudge you for it. We are going to help you to achieve that. That is what.
How much I want him help to achieve it? Every poor man for build them big house, them castle and big house. See it? Yeah, man.
That every poor man must build his castle. Every poor man must build him big house. And we not grudge you for it. We are going to help you to achieve that. That is why we say education for free, health for free, and we must make the place secure so you can live and enjoy yourself.
So the place secure, the health free and education free. Go up on you and go check them. You see? And health. Remember, nothing no dead so you know. See? And you can live and enjoy yourself. This is what people, hey, look on them. Eh? Look on the bunch, look on Mr. Crab. Look on Mr. Crab with his past 30 inches. Look at him. And Andrew say my faith in him. Eh? Faith in him. Nah, play that. All right. So, I could go here. So, I'll try to show you more than by them words. Okay? And you live and you're free and everything. Yeah, man.
We have been to the markets and the corner shops. We have been to the hospitals. We have been to the churches. And we have been on the buses. We have been all over the island. And the universal cry of the people is, it is not working.
You hear this?
Mr. Speaker, let us be clear. It is a good thing to pass the IMF test. However, the government must also pass the growth test.
Yeah. All right.
The passing of the IMF test alone will only mean more pain and pressure for the people of Jamaica.
Yeah. Pain and pressure, okay.
Mr. Speaker, if the Minister of Finance doesn't pass the growth test, then he puts in danger the passage of future IMF tests.
Okay.
If he doesn't pass the growth test, then, Mr. Speaker, it means that you will have to take the tax test. If he doesn't pass the growth test, Mr. Speaker.
Remember now, Andrew talking, I can't care for the poor anymore and care for the country and the economy, so I'm going to build it. And remember the dollar, when it slide, it mash up the economy and mash we up. And it raise up food and thing and don't take no telling from nobody. No one thing, because when the dollar devalue this way, but yes, still, you have people now come out and tell us, say, from the finance minister, and they're about, no, watch the dollar and the devalue, everything all right, man, and it does, you know, to run up this and one bag up, and tell you, say, destroy country. Because the truth is, we import, we depend on imported goods. You understand? We don't really export nothing. We import bill like 5 or 6 billion US, you know. Our export bill are like 900 million, like $1 billion. You know, look on the deficit, look on the gap. Eh? It don't make no sense. See?
Then the food basket of the people of Jamaica will get smaller and smaller.
Wait, no.
Mr. Speaker, since the government has been in power, the Jamaican dollar has lost 34% of its value. Prices of basic food items have increased, some by over 100%. In 2013, we brought the Jamaica Food Basket Parliament to show just how much things have changed since the government came to power in 2012.
Oh, 2013, okay.
We demonstrated at that time
They know what I'm doing, man. I hurt people, man. That hurt me, you know.
due to the effect of devaluation and a sharp erosion in their purchasing power.
You again devalue him? No! When it devalue, the same thing when me I tell no people. And now when me I say, me make him talk phone, okay? If I say he might want to lead and you can't be leader. You understand? You can't lead the country, go down and me I jump off with you. Me no join that thing there, you know. Me I point you. Just say if you hold them accountable, by the way, Andrew.
Of devaluation and sharp erosion in the purchasing power.
Yeah.
I thought it useful.
Because when it really devaluates, you know, remember, you know, you use more Jamaican to buy the US to import the things. So it's bad, really bad. You understand? And a country where I deal with more services and them things, they just some tourism thing and some servicing thing and, you know, and the services and them things that we are dealing with. We're not really, you know, unlike where we are building to export and them thing there. Same? We sell look around material and we buy. The 5 people will buy it more expensive than the backside we're selling. But we import, you know, the 5 people, you know. That don't make no sense either. Go on listening.
Mr. Speaker, to compare the basket of food, the basket of goods. don't worry. Don't worry. The basket is very light. Very light.
So we compare a basket now, and this is about 2014 and 15. Not 2022, you know. So look at the basket.
I thought it a useful exercise to compare the basket of goods a fixed weekly minimum wage earner could actually purchase with $3,000 in 2011, 2013, and now today, Mr. Speaker.
2014. What person can purchase?
This is this, Mr. Speaker, is the 2011 basket. Look.
See? 2011 basket. Yes.
In the 2011 basket, Mr. Speaker, you could buy an entire loaf of bread.
2011. Remember, you can't buy a bread now, you know. Not now.
Corned beef. Right? You could buy lactogen. Baby food.
2011.
And you could buy baby diapers. You could buy, Mr. Speaker, a full bottle of oil.
No, you have to buy a car, one car.
Right?
Eh?
No, and of course, you know, I don't know if you like saltfish, Prime Minister, but I love it. And you could buy.
So, you must show me a basket with that saltfish and some things where you could buy, you know. And oxygen and all kind of things. But use the same money now and try buy. I don't think you can buy the bread out of it. You can buy 2 slices of bread. And couple teaspoon of sugar and couple other little things. Can't buy it. You understand? So you run a thing and you pint it out, but I use it and pint it back. You understand?
Saltfish.
Yes. Saltfish.
Yes.
Bully beef.
Corned beef and hold on you know, you could buy
Rice.
man, look how much rice.
2011.
Look how much rice.
$3,000, you know. $3,000 to buy that.
Condensed milk.
You see it?
And mackerel.
You can't buy it now. I'm around $3,000.
No, man. Let me not see a little bit. You have to see the comparison. So hold on, you know. Look here now, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
Right, look on the basket now. Hold
Mr.
on.
Speaker. This is the basket in 2012.
Half a bread.
Half a bread.
2012, you know.
You can skip.
I remember that we want to test the basket for 2022 now. That means you can't buy no, because one bread must around $600. Eh?
You get mackerel, but only two.
2 mackerel.
You can still get little baby feed, but only one.
Okay.
Oh, you remember the big tin of corned beef? You can't get that again. This is what you have to buy.
You don't eat what
Right.
you know. You eat that. This breakfast of food in the night time. You eat that breakfast of each night.
2 pound of corned beef and 2 pound of rice.
Wow.
You can get 2 tin of sardine again. And hold on now. That's the cooking oil. That's the cooking oil. Yeah, a small bottle of cooking oil.
Half a bread. So
That's
you can buy
the 2012. Now look at this one now, Mr. Speaker. Look at this, Mr. Speaker. This is the 2015.
2015.
This is 2015. This, Mr. Speaker,
All right,
is
2015, you know, 3,000.
This has no oxtail or curry goat. This is the reality of the People's National Party government.
That's why I want to talk reality. That's why I say we take with that show because we want to see the $3,000 can buy now. We never have to see. If 1 pounder, it can buy $3,000 can buy 2 pounder 2 pounder goat. Mutton. 2 pound. 2 pound. 3,000 can't go 2 pound. 2 pound of that. See? So it can't even run in a basket. It don't make no sense. You see? Yes, still him do better, you know. And him said the dip value can and one time him come out to and say him know if control the devaluation of the dollar too. You have the video, you know. Because we like draw things back on him, you know. You are reminding him. Almost 700 now. Okay. I remember him at the savior, you know. He come up for save because he must show it to run reckless. So he must change it and he must save and do everything right. Kind of for the poor. But poor you get locked up and you can't even sell and do him say, you know, prosperity and the small man it starts from the micro level. Now you have to promote business. What go on now? Eh?
This is what you can get in Jamaica now. You can still get that thing. You get 1 tin of sardine. You can only get 1 tin of mackerel. £1 pound of flour, pound of rice. To me, Mr. Speaker, this
See what I laugh?
is the best demonstration of where the country has gone on the field. Yes, that is the cooking oil. Mr.
These are what
Speaker,
them use and catch people, you know. Yeah, man.
Mr. Speaker,
So this is how them use can triple. So them go on these things because them are gonna make the difference in a people's life. You understand? So me I show you because him say I can sleep with the window and door open and everything. See? Okay. So him say the whole of that. Show the whole of that. And this when they make a just dry him up there. So this is when him go in a Canada.
Jamaica, as ever had. I want to welcome Mr. Holness to the studios of G98.7 FM and to Toronto. Mr. Holness, good to have you here, sir. How are you doing?
It's my pleasure being here, and I'm very happy to be with you today to learn of your story. And I want to again commend you on the work that you're doing in the Caribbean diaspora.
How's the family?
Family is great. You know, family is so important to anyone who's in politics.
All right, so people, this is when them want to reach to the people them in the diaspora, them fly out and go to the people them and talk to them. Just hear the plan what them did have and about the foreign investors, they matter about, you know, people in the diaspora and everything. Just listen.
It's your stress relief. It's your support base. So family is good. Family is important.
You got a little girl, do you?
You know, I have 2 boys.
2 boys.
2 boys.
So would you like the formula for a girl?
You know, let me think carefully. I don't want my wife to hear this.
Oh, I see. You came into Canada to get a Canadian formula. All right. Good to know. You know, Mr. Holness, we have been following your progress ever since you were at the University of the West Indies as a student. And you came out and almost immediately went into politics. Why? Why did you not go into something else, into business, another area, right into politics?
You know, my aunt and my grandmother thought that I would be a preacher.
Amen to that.
But politics is a calling, just as how being a preacher or a pastor is a calling.
Yeah.
So I thought I was called into this as a mission to serve the people, but to serve the great.
We not serve ourselves, man. We not serve the people. Because it's a mission, man. And they go to from one place, okay, make it better, you make it even like 150% rest. Come on, man. You're a joke, man. See?
To good of God as well. So I don't divorce the 2 things. The mission of service is what is important.
The mission of service. And that is what you're doing right now. You're serving the people of Jamaica.
That's the entirety of my endeavors.
Do you think you were born to serve?
I think so. I think God created me for that.
You hear that?
You then ran in the, South St. Andrew? West St. Andrew constituency, and you won.
Well,
you never lost there, right?
No, I did that at a very young age.
Yeah.
I took that up as a challenge
Yes.
at the age of 25. It's a constituency that was held by the People's National Party, and the person who won it for the NP won it huge margin, and I took it on as a challenge and won.
Oh, say that's got here, but no. So we are sure the Prime Minister holding pan all them lies and all of the promise we make and all the cans and everything. For sure, you know the ins and outs and what to do, but to get the driver's seat and say drive. But no, you just wreck the economy and you know business. You understand what you say that do, you know, do it all now. And people and then come up with a bag of lies and think we can't work with that.
And since then, I've been the representative of the people of West Central St. Andrew.
And they seem to love you very much in that area.
I think, you know, when you start to see people who you held in your hand as a baby, graduating now from high school and saying, "Hi, Uncle Andrew," you start to feel a little older.
Well, you're not looking at it at all. You're still a very young man. Now, you spent time, you know, a short time as Prime Minister. And when Mr. Golden left and you took over, we were begging you, without you hearing, not to call the election. Please, Mr. Holness, not yet, but you did.
Yeah, for many reasons, which I'm sure you'll read my book when I write it. But first thing that you want to consider is that you want to have the mandate of the people to lead. Jamaica is a democracy, and some people may dismiss it as an unimportant point, but leadership in a democracy requires a mandate. And
I know mandate, listen me, you're in fine part and pick a politics, politics talk that, you know. Because when I see what him call it because him thinks him did a lead and him gonna say it. That's what him call it. Get a trick this and who run him. So the man might take and say call it, but other people run him and say he and call it. That's why I'm doing it the other day too. Because when he say a lead, him gonna say it. It's not about you want a mandate. You want to call it because you think say that will be.
The mandate is given by a vote. And so I thought it was important to have a mandate. That's number one. Number two was the fact that we had a lead in the polls.
That's why I'm call it. And about no mandate. That's why I'm call it. That is why. Because him say him have a lead in the poll. That's why. So the people them trick him as they call it and put on the shirt them and thing. And take the money. But them never know the foolishness. You understand? Mm-hmm.
So it was opportune
to
move to an election, having
him talk the truth, that's all. So you know when him tell lie, and you know when him talk the truth, because the poll tell him and some people and it's opportune, that's why he move. Yeah.
Come out of a deficit in the polls. Number three, there were some critical issues that the country would have to decide on. Our role and involvement with the IMF, the fiscal discipline program that we would have to be engaged in. That would be important to mobilize.
IMF, you rule if you call it or not call it, that now have nothing. That number three out. That are foolishness. Are the poor making it
the country. And I think we had an excellent chance, and I think we were doing very well. The people of Jamaica decided, and I think that I have demonstrated the respect for the opinion of the people of Jamaica, and I will stand and wait my turn when the people of Jamaica say, come, it is now your time to lead. And whilst in opposition, we have demonstrated that we are a responsible opposition and that we...
So not responsible government? No. And the thing that we attack and you know, we think you're coming and putting some things that, you know, it can uplift the country. Not that, no. You say it out of your mouth. I mean, I play the tape. I played one of them there. 176 billion for overall station and thing. And when you love, so when I do this and the like building can help or fight crime. We have to come in with things, man. We have to do with social intervention, man. We have to build up back skill centers. We have to create some employment. Do some things to the people them at Jamaica that them can uplift themselves and stop stifle them. Every time them try sell something or do something, we don't have police run out the zero tolerance and mash them up. Them depend on the search them up. We not help hold on with whole Jamaican economy and promote foreigners in our country. But here we matter about investment now. Just listen. I'm sure it's a 3-card man. Listen.
Don't oppose, and propose nothing. And we don't make it our whole and single attempt to bring down the government. Our intention is to lift up Jamaica. And our entire stance as the opposition is to build up Jamaica. And we believe by showing that we're a responsible opposition, that we will be a responsible government.
We're not responsible. So you say responsible opposition. So you're going to be a responsible government. We're not responsible. I say all man depend board. All right, me play when I'm done. And I said that I your business. I pay concubine and beer things are going.
I think the people of Jamaica have seen it, and they are responding positively.
You're in the lead again. Are you? Can you hear me that you will not let this lead go? You will take your party across the finish line when the time arrives.
Well, I've been preparing for the race for a long time.
Yes.
Keeping fit, keeping healthy, keeping a clear mind and a positive perspective. I think we're destined to win. But that doesn't mean that we should forego being careful, that we should forego the hard work that is still necessary. And I keep telling my members that the polls are just a snapshot of a particular time. And that can change by the snap of a finger. We must continue to do the hard field work. We must continue to communicate with the people of Jamaica. We must continue to assure them that we have plans that will be in their interest. We must assure the people that there are alternatives to what the government is presently serving.
So my plans, the plans them for people, them the young people, them and the white people, them matter about now, man. I know some rich friend them alone I eat food, I'm a born a beer for them, I think on them. We never want a friend from them, we never talk to them. You understand? Yeah, man, we have to live up the poor, we have to live up the country, we have to live up the public, the country. And we have to make everybody eat. Yeah, not everybody need a job. Who forget where you can't have 40,000 leave school and then them have nothing to do. No care what them do every year. That don't make no sense to me. You understand? Waste your manpower. Stupidness.
And we must assure the people that when they do entrust us with power and authority and office, that we will use it in their best interest and for their benefit.
Are you confident that you will be the Prime Minister of Jamaica again in the next general
Absolutely.
election?
Absolutely. I never had any doubt about that. I place my faith in God, and I believe I have a mission, and I believe God is guiding me as to what is necessary to be done.
Gotta guide you. God must have capital. Yeah, man.
You had some challenges in your leadership in your party not too long ago, and you were able to withstood all that came at you, and you were victorious. But the amazing thing that you did not try to, smash your opponents after they lost, belittle them, but you reached out to them and you said, brethren, let's come together for the betterment of the party and for the people of Jamaica. Mr. Holness, that is very noble of you. It shows me that you are made from the material of love and care and forgiveness. Where did that come from?
I think it came from my upbringing. I grew up in very humble circumstances. I was fortunate to know my great-grandmother. Not many people have that experience. And one of the things that I got from my upbringing was humility. And I continue to this day to be a very humble, practical person. Officiousness is something I try to avoid. Being vengeful is something that is not within me. And I don't set out and make it a plan to scheme to hurt people. And I recognize, sometimes I'm a detailed person, so sometimes I try to do things myself. Part of my own maturity and growing up in the political world is to realize that you can't do it alone, and that you need a team, and that you have to embrace people, that you have to culture people, you have to cultivate them, you have to make them feel that they are a part of a team.
You know what happened to that guy that thing that you answer, I won't even answer him because hear what him do now. You have a prime minister country and it run down people buy a spoon of sugar and them thing there. We are hold people to account and you only say if you hold them to account. So you're going back to PNP 18, this and that. So you know say he's like an agent and them thing that we're gonna remove you. Because we are talking about Andrew Holness and the administration, we're talking about a government. We're not business of a government neither. Because the PNP we're running. You understand? So Andrew Holness, you promise all these things and what you're gonna do yourself for the poor and you do something different. We're not in other thing that where people come and say this and that and try to deflect. We're not deflect because this is the reality we are going now. And just say, I'm gonna make you sleep with your window and door open. And just say, him have the remedy to do everything. No, not all of us. Rich friend them get rich and money and miss and everything, and you and people get pressured in every angle. It can't work.
Team. It's not an easy task. It's not an easy task because people have asymmetric information. We see things one way, they see things another way. So the need for communication, and so it is a constant task in communicating so that we all get the same message. And I think we're doing that within the party. It's a work in progress, but it is making progress.
My special guest is Mr. Andrew Holness, former Prime Minister of Jamaica, present opposition leader. Mr. Holness, when you become Prime Minister, what would you do that is different from what the present government is doing now? Anything that you would
well,
change?
Let's talk about some things that would make meaningful sense immediately. Canada has an excellent system of apprenticeship.
Listen,
Canadian system of education emphasizes the development of skills. Skills training is big. Not so much in Jamaica. We talk about it, but we don't really emphasize it.
just listen. This is what me preach about. But listen, when you run the tape, you might tell about apprenticeship and thing, you know the right thing, but for the why never do it 6 years now. You see it? Just listen when does I say about Canada skill training and apprenticeship. Just listen to him. So you know, say him not stupid, him just want keep people and just hold on back the country and just do all kind of foolishness. It's a that style him I give it. You talk the things then, but when you put in and say, okay, deal with it. If you deal with it, you're good. You can't stay till you're 100, we don't mind. You just want the country to go. We don't business. You understand?
Make meaningful sense immediately. Canada has an excellent system of apprenticeship.
Listen.
Canadian system of education emphasizes the development of skills. Skills training is big.
Skills training.
Not so much in Jamaica. We talk about it, but we don't really emphasize it. One of the things that we can expect from a Jamaica Labour Party government is the implementation of a national program of apprenticeship.
If put in that yet, people, one of the things you expect, and it's an easy thing for you, you're flinging. Input it in yet? Make me just play it back again.
Not so much in Jamaica. We talk about it, but we don't really emphasize it. One of the things that you can expect from a Jamaica Labour Party government is the implementation of a national program of apprenticeship.
So, he might implement the national program for apprenticeship from him government, 2016 or 2022. See them everything last, all about people and be and lock you up and do everything. Them do that, they either capture some of them, and attach you there and put them in the program. And so, you understand? Yeah, if they come and do it and put it in back, that's good. But him do it? No. You see me, I say? Yeah, this.
We need to get our labor force properly trained in areas of skills, in the knowledge-based economy that will place us at the cutting edge of the knowledge economy, which is the...
So you want the labor force get them skill and train. Them do not like this? No. They see things them, brother and sisters.
Economy that is poised for growth right across the world. So that's one practical thing that you will be hearing more about from the Jamaica Labour Party as a matter of.
You hear anything like that? No, because in Canada, you say take a video and you have the picture it and them thing there for sure. You see it? All right.
Policy.
Policies.
What about tourism? Jamaica, Mr. Ed Bartlett was a former Minister of Tourism. He has maybe asked or you have shifted him to foreign affairs. Tourism is very important to the breadbasket of Jamaica.
Tourism is absolutely important.
Yes.
Tourism is the taking advantage of our natural resource. That is our lovely sun, sea, sand, our environment, and just the beauty and hospitality of our people.
Yes.
I don't think that we have truly exhausted the potential of tourism. We have developed one aspect of the tourism market. I think there are many other niche areas in the tourism market that Jamaica could exploit to its benefit significantly. Certainly, there is the aspirational tourism market where people want to travel to experience not just the regular hotels. They want to live the high life, or they want to go out into the communities and experience.
So people in the community, you might talk, no only care if sell nothing to no tourists. But the man attack the thing they want to hear. Because the things that you might make them come in at the interior of the island and then mingle with the locals and everything and experience that. So I might tell you where I do. Him do anything like this? No. You have one bag of police and them even can't even buy from one over down and watch it go right back. You have another thing. Be a chat him chat. You understand? Be a chat them chat. But them like out.
Something that is exotic and new and different. And Jamaica has the natural ability to create the exotic experience, the new and different experience. And I think a little bit more effort needs to be based on that. We have two areas of Jamaica which are so blessed naturally. The south coast of Jamaica, and that needs to be developed even further. Not in the way in which we have developed the north coast, but to retain the kind of rustic tourism, natural ecotourism. And then there is Portland, which is set apart. It's a paradise within the paradise of Jamaica. And that too needs to be developed. So I think that there are, great opportunities in tourism. The role of government is something that you will see the Jamaica Labour Party take a different approach to. We see ourselves as the makers of opportunity. And so
makers of opportunity, take away opportunity from people. makers of opportunity. Right now, you have some truck man right now down a Kaiser. Them can't get for them truck who have 2 truck and 3 truck because some people in a party carrying them truck. You understand? This is a foolishness. Eh?
No, and what the government is going to do to package these natural assets that we have, to find the right investors to partner with, and to remove the clutter of the red tape, the bureaucracy, and to speed up how we make our decisions.
Move it back, bureaucracy. So, him say, I'm move them thing here, but what move? A pay red tape them have, man. Pay red tape right, and of the poor. You can't send in a barrel, you can't even send in a little iPad for somebody. Them have to buy it back. You understand? Yeah, man, this is stupid.
So that the investments can take place now, so that we can bring growth and employment to our people now.
And under your government, Jamaica will be opened to investors.
You know, we were just having a discussion before we came on air about access. Jamaica needs to assure foreign investors that we are investor friendly. We need to improve our business environment. And I say this, you know, I don't like to say that we're going to open up for foreign investors. We're going to open up for investors.
Well, you said not foreign investors, but investors. I'm talking about diaspora now. Look, country can
like to say that we're going to open up for foreign investors. We're going to open up for investors. For Jamaican investors, for foreign investors, right?
Jamaican investors not stand a chance, man. We're going to put foreign investors over us. Me have not asked, tell where I tell you. Everything we try to do, not try away. Man.
If you have to make a special provision for a foreign investor, then it shows that something is wrong with your system and that the local investor is at a disadvantage. You
know what I'm saying, but you still have disadvantage right now. We're at disadvantage right now. So everything the man say, if you're listening, him do it for hurt us, do it against us. See? Him I'm going to start say book back. Foreign investors now, the local investors, them are all right, them are this. But you still do it for hurt us, appear foreign investors. Them look up
want to make sure that Jamaica is open for investment. That's it. And that's where we want to go as a government.
And finally, Mr. Holness, just address the Ebola threat. And
all right, so I'm now going to use the Ebola threat. I want to play this. I have to play this. When there. I have to play this here. I have to play this for the Prime Minister. This I have to play. Never play this.
Read in the paper today of the 2 brothers who were murdered in Westmoreland. I am so sorry about it. And the sister saying, Prime Minister, I just want to talk to you about it. I just want to, it's an appeal to hear what are our leaders doing about this. She's not quarreling, she's not blaming, she didn't even sound angry. Obviously she was distraught, but she says, Prime Minister, just come talk to me about it. Help me to make sense of it. Why?
So I'm coming here with the acting, but like somebody never give him the script right, and him not do it right. I better them they put Oliver yourself to deal with this. You understand? Me hear him.
Why they kill my brother? Why you kill the 10-year-old? Why? I go to my bed with these things on my conscience every night.
You go to him bed with these things on him conscience.
I know that I have tried. It's a minefield. Because every turn you make, there is someone who is trying to stop. And I have to wonder, are they in support of the criminals in the country?
We're not going to support with a lock up the wall. I want to forget the ear. So we're not support with them now. Let me tell you this. None of them. That's how the country now run good. You can't have nobody around the country and them not take no blame for nothing at all. And when you look at us, some people get a youth. Think of them take up billions of dollars and mash up the country. And mash up the economy, make nobody now have no work and all kind of little thing. Him acting a puppet acting, man. You understand? Some of them for reach at the egg long time. You understand? Hear it. And hear them a clap. Crowns, you know.
The 10-year-old didn't have to die. No.
What's it?
We are there, so you down there. We put it in Westmoreland. The two brothers never had to die, man.
Acting no good, man.
We said we have to put in stronger measures for guns. And there are those people in Jamaica who turn their mouth on it. As if to say we must allow the criminals to have the guns.
No, but no one the criminal have no gun. When I hit people to you know, man. Not for the criminal, the real criminal, they don't have no gun. They have the money. And the money have the power. When I use them mash up the place. You see? So we know these things. So when you see, it's an next conscience, this time I play upon him. Let me just move him there. Yeah, too much time now. You see? Them I try to play upon people conscience. As it say, criminal. The biggest set of criminal are them up at top, you know. Yeah. And if I gun racketing, I say most of the gun them come through the wharf. Not come through the airport, but most of them come through the wharf. Not come through the airport. People know that. And about no legal entry, illegal entry. See? Them know that. That man here, him say something that for what them accountable and play back these things to him because we're supposed to sleep. Okay. See a man there, and I'm liar that. A film liar that. That man there, him not put him foot at jail no one time. Not even one time. Make a man drop at your gate and then say police are going with your much in your yard. But that man did not man house. Was the prime minister liar. Set up the thing for the prime minister. Them disbarring, by the way. You know, call it some criminal ways. Them not just disbar you or do certain things. See? And them back broad, them can't go away. Patrick Bailey. Can't go away. Can't go away. See? Him sleep through it. Film knife stab the man 22 times in him coach. In bedroom door the right and the man get gunshot. Alien go in them house. Kill a man, them and number one, them give the paper lie reports. So the man a gardener. Then the man turn businessman and sleep in your couch. Man is a rich man. See? The man we don't know the man thinks them turn. How with them gone. You understand? And more things where you so much more business, nothing like that. But this one I say for all them accountable. Where if you do your drawback for the things them when them in the driver's seat, you play it back. And hold them to account. You make them come tell you nothing. You know why you nothing from all this. Only some move down a dictator part. Wicked. He might go on like him the North Korea leader and him Hitler and when the other one name from in China like him a 3-1. Yeah? I say him go on. You understand? Yeah man, but you can't have the people. A matter of fact, only say we for hold them accountable, we for hold government accountable. So that we are do. That we are do. And not care who they from here in the driver's seat will hold you accountable. When we see anything wrong, we point it out. You can't be a yes man, be a yes man for the party. Put Jamaica first, you're Jamaican. Any man, in my side, if you get up and you run a country, good. You can't live till dead in the seat, good. A matter of fact, if you put 2 terms, that means you can't get no too much corrupted and all kind of things. And you have to declare everything where you have. If you have chuck and them thing there, and you do other things that you sign and a little secret thing make some money while you're in an office, no, you have to face the consequences. And the joke me I make. If you get real and hold them accountable. You understand? Now I talk to Ganga Singh, Charles Ganga Singh. Yeah? And the condition they come for. Liar Charles Ganga Singh, I talk to him. Cause that man, you know, like me, you know, in the ramping. Cause you have some liar where them can buy out and chat and the man in the ramp. So I talk to him. So I soon sign on back. And to them, I want to talk to I just talk to Paul Well. So he might go me know I talk him just send something to me. Because yesterday to them in the meeting, he sent something to me. Okay, so I'm going to check out and see if them are over. I'm going to knock me back because them are going to Parliament today and I think they might have mentioned something about the COVID and things. So if it are over, anyone are going to over early, then him can come on the program. Because you know, we have to have a talk this stuff. You know, we have to invite MPs and all kind of people to talk to. And then I want to talk to the lawyer. Me need to talk to the lawyer in a few. So I just knock up. But let me tell you this, when I run back to this and I hear where the man say, him talk about the US dollar, when it devalue, it mash up the place, him talk about the crime, the violence, him talk about the poor, if you have house, the NHT, just take everything we talk about and look what them do. Them build towers with NHT money. Everything where the man say, he go throw dirt in your face. But him not, you see, two Jamaica think as like a 9-day wonder thing. So him say something, you know, put it together like come, put it together, them get away with it. No more of that. You understand? Because me hear, him say him live in a 1-bedroom house, you know. 1-bedroom board house. And then him come pan and next time go 2-bedroom board house. If you live in a 1-bedroom board house, I live in a coop, that would not come out of your head. So you can't go to mistake. Oh, I'm doing in a 1-bedroom. You don't know 1 from 2. Make sense? And I'm tell. And a truth I tell lie. See? Kevin, I tell the truth. You just stick to where you stick to. You never have to guess where you live in. So if you're born and go in a place, you know, say you're born and go. I'm born and go to Rockford. So I'm born and go to Rockford. I'm not born and go to a country. I'm not come from the country. No. See? You understand? So, and I like me can't change something. Can't change something like that. That's stupidness. You understand? All them accountable. Yeah, I talk to the lawyer. I want to talk to Richard. Because I have the thing them I want to see that when they read for themselves, even when the Prime Minister write to him. You know, when he was opposition leader with Dal Wimple. I want to see the documents them for themselves. Because now the man can't get the justice. So we need to talk about that because she could push up and turn speaker of the house. You understand? You understand? Yeah, man. You understand? So it's terrible, man. This terrible. So me there here. Yeah, man. Up, lonesome. Me up here.